Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Don, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
What is going down, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Am I on the Air? Welcome. It's Season 10, Episode 7. Tonight's show is titled Nerd. Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. A little inside joke there from Hot Tub Time Machine 2, which will also be our movie review of the week. Nerd was a song that Craig Robinson and what's his face, Rob Corddry sang together at Clark Duke. Every time he said something nerdy, he said, you know, we in like an alternate time dimension, like Fringe. Nerd, you're a fucking nerd and no one likes you. It was hilarious. It happened multiple times in the movie. So what better title than Nerd? So once again, Season 10, Episode 7, Nerd. This is Am I on the Air? I am your host, Don Mega. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. This is Wednesday, February the 25th. So coming at you live here from the Red Dragons Radio Studios, and ready to bring you up to speed in the latest and greatest in movie and entertainment news. So let's get it cracking. Alright? Like I said, kicking things off, movie review, which is going to be Hot Tub Time Machine 2. This movie was supposed to come out actually around Christmas time, and it got pushed back a little bit to this past weekend here in February. This was a sequel to the 2010 Hot Tub Time Machine, which I loved. Really loved the original Hot Tub Time Machine, so I was really stoked to see this second one here. Only missing real big link here was John Cusack. He did not return for this film, which was a little bit of a bummer. But our other friends, Rob Corddry, Craig Robinson, Clark Duke, all returned. They added Adam Scott to the mix this go-around, who plays the son of John Cusack's character, so you get a little bit of a connection there. Got a nice little cameo from Chevy Chase, reprising his role from the first film. And in this one here, basically, Lou, who is the character played by Rob Corddry, he gets shot. And basically, he's still all stuck up. He invented the internet and everything, all coming off the points of the first movie. So Craig Robinson and Clark Duke take him into the Hot Tub Time Machine, and they try to go back in time to before Rob Corddry got shot. But instead of going back in time, they actually go into the future to 2025. And then they find out that there's this whole thing that's basically the future connected with the past. And it's a little jumbled and it's a little out there, but that's not why we like these movies. We like these movies for the jokes. And there's some really good laughs in this film. There really is. I'm going to come straight out and I'm going to tell you this movie is retarded. I mean, it's stupid. It's way over the top stupid. But that's what you kind of expect from a movie like this. I mean, it is about a hot tub time machine, right? So it's just, if you're going for like plot and script and all that, it's stupid. I'm telling you right now. But if you throw that all aside and you go into this as a mindless kind of comedy, I think you'll enjoy it. I laughed a lot at this film. I went with my wife, and she got a lot of good chuckles out of it too. But she also said that was stupid when we walked out of it, but funny, and she was glad that she went and saw it. I am a little bummed about the box office. This movie, I think, was only number 7 out of the top 10 last week. And I'm really, really shocked by that. I thought this movie would have done a lot better. Only made like $5 million, which is, ouch. It's going to be a big loss for this film. But, like I said, I mean, I found a lot of humor in it. I love Craig Robinson. I mean, I could watch this dude probably do anything, and I'm going to laugh. So, I think the chemistry between all the main crew is great. There's a couple little cool cameos in there. And I really, really enjoyed it. You know, like I said, I mean, it wasn't gut-busting laughs from beginning to end, but it was enough for me to walk out pretty happy about it. So, out of 5 stars, I gave Hot Tub Time Machine 3.5 out of 5. It wasn't quite funny enough for me to give it a 4, but I got the laughs that I did get out of it were pretty good laughs, so I felt like it deserved more than just a 3. So that's why I landed on 3.5. It's a good R-rated, you know, kind of gross out humor, you know, slapstick kind of comedy. You know what you're getting. If you like the first one, you should like this one as well. So Hot Tub Time Machine 2 for me, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alrighty. Okay, well, let's get in now to the news of the week. Arrow is going to be introducing DC Comics villain Deathbolt to an upcoming episode, and the producers and writers of Arrow say they're going to be bringing more superpowers to the show, which makes me very happy because they've always said Arrow's going to be the real grounded show, and if you have powers, you're going to be going over to the Flash show. Which is all well and good, but it kind of made it stupid, I thought, in the universe. Like, why would only people with powers be in the one city? You know, you're going to cross over. You're going to have to. I mean, I can understand them wanting to keep Arrow as grounded as they can, but every once in a while, you got to bring somebody in with some powers. It's just the way this universe is going to have to work out, and it seems like they're finally starting to understand that. So I'm cool about it. So I like to hear that we're going to be getting more of super-powered villains coming to the Arrow universe. We got a new photo posted on the Twitter page of Vin Diesel as the Last Witch Hunter. This is his new movie coming out in October. Will Smith is set to headline a new crime thriller over at Paramount Pictures. It's going to be called Bounty, so that's going to be pretty cool. They're going to be doing a new reboot on Shaft. Who? Shaft. Shut your mouth. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Shaft is getting a reboot. This movie had kind of a soft reboot a while back with Samuel L. Jackson. Supposedly this new one will have nothing to do with that, which kind of bums me out because I actually really liked the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft movie, which was actually a continuation to the original Shaft. He was like Shaft's nephew. And we had Christian Bale in there as the bad guy. It was awesome. So I wish they would have continued on with that, but it's been a long time, so they're going to just do a straight reboot. Got an article posted with a lot of details around the Terminator Genesis screenplay. I'm not going to read it because it is very spoiler heavy, so if you're interested and you want to know some more behind the scenes stuff about how Terminator Genesis is going to play out, I definitely think you should go back and check out the article on our Twitter page. We have the first picture of Sylvester Stallone and Michael B. Jordan on the set of the Rocky spinoff Creed. It's just a basic picture of the two of them talking, but it's always cool when you see something like this for the first time for a movie that's filming, because like I've been talking about Creed for like a year now, and it felt like one of those movies that you're like, we talk about it all the time, but it's not really happening. And then you see a picture of, Sylvester Stallone with the fedora on, and you're like, okay, there's Rocky. And you see Michael B. Jordan talking to him, and you're like, wow, this movie is actually going to happen. So very, very cool there to see the first picture of them together. Scott McCloud's graphic novel, The Sculptor, is going to be adapted for the big screen. They're going to make a movie version out of that. Jamie Alexander, who plays Lady Sif in the Thor universe over on Marvel, she's going to be starring in a new NBC pilot for a show called Blind Spot. Michelle Darnell, which is the new movie starring Melissa McCarthy, has just added Kristen Bell to the cast, so that's a good addition there. I just talked about villain Deathbolt coming to Arrow. Well, it was also announced that actor Doug Jones is going to be playing Deathbolt. I like Doug Jones, but he's somebody that if you saw him, you probably wouldn't recognize who he is, because he's always covered up under makeup. He was Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies. He was the Silver Surfer in the second Fantastic Four movie. He's a visual guy. He's always the guy under makeup that's playing a monster, an alien, stuff like that. But he's been signed to play Deathbolt in that Arrow episode. Suicide Squad movie has added another character to the list, and it's Jay Hernandez. I like Jay Hernandez. I've liked him since the first Hostel movie. No word yet on who he's going to be playing. It is a mystery role, but Jay Hernandez has signed on to play in Suicide Squad. Speaking of Suicide Squad, it also looks like RoboCop man himself from the reboot. Totally spacing his name right now. Give me 1 second. I hate when I do this. Let's see here. And it comes to me as I'm typing it in. Joel Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman, who was in the RoboCop reboot as RoboCop, and he's also in the upcoming Run All Night starring Liam Neeson. He is officially added on to replace Tom Hardy in that Rick Flag role. So Joel Kinnaman will be a part of Suicide Squad as well. Congratulations to Marina Baccarin. She has joined the Deadpool movie as the female lead. I love Marina. She's awesome. She's doing great things on Gotham right now. She was good on V. She was awesome on Homeland. And when I read the article of the 6 females they were looking at for Deadpool, and I saw she was one of the 6 names listed, I was like, I hope they get her. And they did. So we don't know the exact name of who she's playing, but it is listed as the female lead, possible love interest for Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. So congratulations there. It's awesome. Another congratulations to Cody Smith McPhee. That name probably doesn't sound very familiar to you either, but he was the kid in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He has just signed on to play Nightcrawler. He's going to be Nightcrawler in X-Men Apocalypse, so it's going to be nice to see Nightcrawler actually make a return to the X-Men universe. Congratulations to Neil Blomkamp, who's officially taking on an Alien sequel, so he's going to be doing Alien 5. Lorenz Tate has boarded NBC's new show Game of Silence. Marisha Gay Harden is going to co-star in CBS's new medical drama Code Black. Comedy Central has renewed The Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail. Pitch Perfect's Skylar Astin is going to be starring in ABC's new NBA comedy. He was also just coming off of the TV show Ground Floor, which was just canceled. We have the new official Red Band trailer for Maps to the Stars, starring Julianne Moore, which you can check out. We also have the trailer for Jaja, starring Viggo Mortensen. Very weird trailer there, but you can check that out on the Facebook and Twitter page. Disney has said that they currently do not have a sequel to Big Hero 6 in development at this time. So, kind of crazy. Everything always seems to have a sequel rolling in development, but Disney says, nope, we're not doing anything right now with Big Hero 6. So that's kind of shocking. But we'll keep you informed on that if that status changes. We posted the international trailer for Mad Max Fury Road because it's pretty damn awesome. You can check that out on the Twitter page. Terminator Genesis is being remastered for IMAX 3D. Yes, they love what they got in the final cut of the film, and they said, man, this would play out awesome in IMAX. So they went ahead and they're converting it, and not only converting it for IMAX, but also making it 3D conversion as well, which I think is pretty damn awesome. Marvel's AKA Jessica Jones show that's coming to Netflix has just added 3 more to the cast. It's just added Eka Darville from Empire and the Originals, Aaron Moriarty from The Kings of Summer and True Detective, and Will Travel from Red Window and Primal. They will be joining the series starring Kristen Ritter coming up on the Netflix Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fox has ordered a Lucifer pilot with Underworld director Len Wiseman helming the pilot. That is pretty cool. A lot of people looking forward to this Lucifer TV show. I read kind of the plot description, and it sounds really, really interesting. I like Len Wiseman. I think he's got a good eye for stuff like this, so I'd be curious to see what he does with the Lucifer pilot, so that would be pretty tight. He does good stuff with Sleepy Hollow right now. Gina Carano and Kellen Lutz have joined the new Bruce Willis movie Extraction, so that's pretty cool. Kind of out of nowhere last week, Zack Snyder dropped a bomb on us, and he released the first official picture of Jason Momoa as Aquaman from Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. This is awesome. I was so curious on how Jason Momoa was going to look as Aquaman. What kind of look were they going to go for? Was it going to have blonde hair? Was it going to have the orange and green? I still don't know the color of his costume because the picture's black and white, but he looks badass. He's got the trident. He's, kind of got he looks like an underwater god. Let's just be serious here. He does not look like your stereotypical Aquaman. He doesn't. So I know a lot of the purists are saying, oh, it's stupid. He's not Aquaman. It looks like he has the Aquaman pants on, though. He's got the A kind of belt buckle, which kind of keeps in touch with the comics. But he's got this really cool armor, tattoos. He's got the big beard. His hair is all crazy. I like it. I really like it because you're going from a character that everybody makes fun of to a character now that just looks super badass, and we all can't wait to see what he does when he starts making Sharknadoes and stuff swirling around. So I love it. Check out the picture. It's on our Facebook page under our DC album, and it's also on our Twitter page. The first look at Jason Momoa as Aquaman coming up, and Unite the Seven is a tagline. Hashtag Unite the Seven. It's a tagline on the picture. We're starting to think nobody knows exactly what they're going for with the Unite the Seven. We think it's a double kind of take, like Unite the Seven Seas. I'm also thinking that it's like Unite the Seven for like the Justice League, because there's 7 of them. You got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Cyborg. So you got 7 guys right there. Unite the Seven. We might be teasing up to the Justice League. Maybe we'll get more and more pictures released of all these guys. We'll see, but I am liking the look of Jason Momoa as Aquaman. E.L. James, who wrote the 50 Shades of Grey books, she says that she wants to adapt the screenplays herself for the sequels. So she's kind of going back and forth with the studio right now, causing a lot of trouble because the studio does not want her to adapt the screenplays. They want to, leave that to the professionals, but she wants 100% commitment on it, which is actually might even slow down production to do the sequels because, she wants to kind of write it from scratch and do this and that with it, and the studio's not happy. The lady that directed the film has already said that she probably won't come back because of all the problems that E.L. James caused her on the set of the first movie. So we'll keep you posted on that, but it looks like a little bit of trouble in the 50 Shades sequel world as long as E.L. James is interacting herself there. Timothy Olyphant has boarded Oliver Stone's new Edward Snowden film. This film is really shaping up. I like Timothy Olyphant, so that's cool. We got Barbershop 3 on the way with Ice Cube coming back, and Malcolm D. Lee is going to be directing the film. We got an article up with Jared Leto talking about how he wants to play the Joker in Suicide Squad. Goldberg star Wendy McClendon Covey has joined Nicolas Cage in the new Bin Laden satire film that he's doing. Hulu has landed the streaming rights to CBS's CSI, so you'll be able to start watching that on Hulu. Eddie Cibrian, Donald Faison, and Josh Hopkins are all going to star in NBC's new Monica Potter comedy. Evan Peters confirms that there will be more Quicksilver in the new X-Men movie Apocalypse, which we already pretty much knew, but we get that directly from Evan Peters himself. We got the Furious 7 international trailer that you can check out. We also have the trailer for Far From the Madding Crowd. This is the second trailer it's a movie starring Carey Mulligan. We have the first trailer for Welcome to Me, starring Kristen Wiig. We have the first official trailer for domestically for Adam Sandler's new movie, The Cobbler, which actually looks really, really good. I'm very interested in The Cobbler, so check that out. We have the Red Band trailer for Kill Me Three Times, starring Simon Pegg. It's an action comedy. There was a lot of rumors going around that production had ceased for a week on Mission Impossible 5 to rewrite the ending of the film because everybody wasn't happy with it. Director Stephen McQuarrie came out, and Christopher McQuarrie, he came out and he said that is a lie. We did not shut anything down. We're actually filming the end of the film right now as we speak, and he showed a picture of the set, and he said, don't listen to any of those rumors. So, hey, sometimes we got to report the rumors, but if I get updated information, we'll gladly announce it. So, it doesn't look like there's any problem there on the Mission Impossible front. It looks like Steven Spielberg might be jumping back behind the camera to direct Chris Pratt as the new Indiana Jones. This is really shaping up to be a big deal. They've been wanting Chris Pratt to be Indiana Jones for a while now, especially ever since Guardians of the Galaxy. I can see him doing it, and he would be a pretty badass Indiana Jones. But Steven Spielberg supposedly is so interested in having Chris Pratt come along and relaunching this Indiana Jones franchise that he wants to actually direct the film himself. So, once again, this is just a rumor as it stands right now, but this one's coming with a lot of good people behind it. So, I think we might be getting, within the next year or two, a brand new Indiana Jones with Steven Spielberg. So, very, very cool. Speaking of Chris Pratt, Haley Bennett has joined Chris Pratt and Denzel Washington in The Magnificent Seven. Let's see here. Gal Gadot, who's Wonder Woman herself, is in talks to join Jon Hamm and Zach Galifianakis in Keeping Up with the Joneses. So it's a new movie that they're doing. Oliver Stone's Snowden film has been officially given a Christmas release date, and Rhys Ifans has joined the cast as well. Wonder Woman film, also with Gal Gadot, is set to start shooting this fall, so that's pretty cool. It'll start going under cameras before the end of the year here. Looking forward to when that's finished. We have the winners of the 35th annual Razzies. Now, of course, it always happens Oscar weekend. They do the Razzies on Saturday and the Oscars on Sunday, so I'll run down your winners, so to speak. Worst Picture went to Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. Worst Actor went to Kirk Cameron for Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. Worst Actress went to Cameron Diaz for both The Other Woman and Sex Tape. I don't agree with that. The Razzie Redeemer Award, which was a new category for people that used to win Razzies and now they're better than that. The winner this year went to Ben Affleck for going from Geely to Oscar Darling for Argo and Gone Girl. So very cool there. Worst Supporting Actress went to Megan Fox for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Worst Supporting Actor went to Kelsey Grammer for Expendables 3, Legend of Oz, Think Like a Man 2, and Transformers Age of Extinction. Worst Director went to Michael Bay for Transformers Age of Extinction. I think they should take that and shove it up their ass, because all the other movies that it's going against had way worse directors than Michael Bay, so they need to take that shit back. Worst on-screen duo is Kirk Cameron and his ego in Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. The worst screenplay went to Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. And worst remake, ripoff, or sequel went to Annie. So there is your Razzie winners of the 35th Annual Razzie Awards. Hugh Jackman now comes out in an article and says he was watching Birdman, and after he watched Birdman, he decided, I want to continue playing Wolverine until I die. So, yes, Mr. Hugh Jackman, we accept you playing Wolverine, aka Logan, to the day you die. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and I get scared every time they're making a new X-Men film that he's not going to come back. I love hearing this. He loves this character, and he's decided, you know what? I really like playing this character, and if the fans love me playing this character, why should I ever stop? They're going to have to take this role from me and recast it to make me stop. So I love it. I love the new attitude, and I hope this means that we're getting some Wolverine in X-Men Apocalypse. That's the big casting that I still haven't heard anything on. So come on, Bryan Singer, lock that one in. He's all ready for it. In box office milestones, 50 Shades of Grey has already crossed $400 million globally. Wow, that is crazy. This past weekend, 50 Shades of Grey remained the number one film in the U.S., despite a huge 73% drop at the box office here in the United States. 73%. That is drastic. We'll talk about box office a little bit more later on. Let's talk down our winners of the major awards at the 87th Annual Academy Awards, aka the Oscars. Yes, the Oscars were this past Sunday, which for a lot of people is the biggest award show of the year, where we celebrate the best films of 2014. So I'm not going to get into all the super detailed nerdy categories, but I'll get you to the best ones. So Best Picture went to Birdman, which I saw Birdman and I didn't think it was all that great. Directing went to Birdman's Alejandro G. Inarritu, so he won for Best Director. Best Actor in a Leading Role went to Eddie Redmayne, which I feel he shouldn't have won just because of how shitty he was in Jupiter Ascending. That should have just disqualified him right there, and Michael Keaton should have gotten that award, but hey, who am I to speak? Actress in a Leading Role went to Julianne Moore for Still Alice. I haven't seen Still Alice, and I love Julianne Moore, but I really feel that should have gone to Rosamund Pike for Gone Girl. That was the best female role I have seen all year, and for the past several years, to be honest. She was so great in that. Actor in a Supporting Role went to J.K. Simmons for Whiplash. Actress in a Supporting Role went to Patricia Arquette for Boyhood. Best Writing for a Screenplay went to The Imitation Game. Best Original Screenplay went to Birdman. Best Animated Film went to Big Hero 6, which is still a runner-up in my books because Lego Movie was not nominated, which it should have been. Let's see here. I think that's about it. Everything else is blah, 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 blah. Yep, everything else is kind of blah, 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 blah. Best Visual Effects went to Interstellar, which I think is a crock of shit as well. Interstellar looked beautiful, but it was up against Days of Future Past, X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Captain America the Winter Soldier. Any of those other films I think should have beat out Interstellar for show. So that is your major winners from this past weekend's Oscars, hosted by Neil Patrick Harris. We have a picture of the upcoming Film Inc. magazine, which has Daredevil on the cover. It looks pretty cool. You can kind of see first good glimpse of the original outfit that Daredevil's going to be wearing on the Netflix show. Nicolas Cage has now signed up for Oliver Stone's Snowden film. This film is really ramping up. We keep talking about it. It's coming out on Christmas. Keep adding cast to it, and it's a good catch there for Nicolas Cage. Wesley Snipes has signed on to NBC's new drama Endgame, so that's pretty cool. I like me some Wesley Snipes. I'm glad to see him get back in to the acting game here with Endgame over on NBC. Dwayne The Rock Johnson says that Shazam might come earlier than predicted. He was on the red carpet at the Oscars and somebody asked him, hey, Shazam's coming out in 2019. Anything about that? And he said, it might be coming sooner than you think. And he kind of laughed it off and he said, it's coming along. They said they got a script that everybody really loves and they're ready to go full speed ahead. So who knows? I mean, the film is not slated till 2019, but the way that The Rock talks about it all the time, it's like it's coming out next year. So maybe WB will move it up. We will see. Fingers are crossed because I'm ready to see Rock as Black Adam. CBS's Supergirl has added Calista Flockhart, so that's pretty cool. Get some good casting there on top of that. Amazon has renewed 4 Original Kids, which is a series that they got going on for second season over on Amazon. Rob Riggle is going to be starring in a new Fox comedy called 48 Hours Till Monday. I don't care what it's about. I love Rob Riggle, and I will be checking this show out. Emily Blunt and Benicio del Toro, their thriller Cicero, or Sicario, however you want to pronounce it, has been given a fall release date. Rooney Mara, they were talking to her about, hey, where's that Girl with the Dragon Tattoo sequel? She says, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to do it, I don't think it's going to happen. It seems like it's dead in the water. So that is straight from the star of the first one, and that's a little bit of a bummer. I liked the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, but it seems like it's been a complete uphill battle to get them to do the sequel to the damn movie. So she thinks it's pretty much dead in the water. We got an article up with Joss Whedon explaining why Hank Pym is not in Avengers Age of Ultron. So it's kind of a little bit of spoiler stuff, so I won't read it, but check it out if you're interested. Pee-wee's Big Holiday starts shooting in 3 weeks for Netflix. That's going to be coming there. We posted a really cool video of a Power Rangers fan film that the producers of The Punisher Dirty Laundry did. Joseph Kahn directed this, and it has Katie Sackhoff and James Vanderbeek in it, where it's like this futuristic Mighty Morphin Power Rangers kind of. It's violent. It's got blood. It basically, the characters build off the original Power Rangers cast, and it's about 14 minutes long. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it here on the links that we posted. It's actually really, really good, and it made me want a Power Rangers movie that's in this vein. I know we won't get it, but that would have been pretty tight. You can check out the first official poster for Avengers Age of Ultron. We posted that on the Facebook and the Twitter page just yesterday. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's your typical kind of Photoshop-y looking poster where it just has all the characters kind of standing together. It's a very crowded poster because, I mean, you have all the major cast of the Avengers, plus you have Scarlet Witch, and you have Quicksilver, and you have a bunch of flying like Ultron robots. It's a very crowded poster, but it's pretty cool. It's nice to get the first official one. Today, Marvel released the character poster for Iron Man, so maybe they'll start releasing individual character posters as the days go on. So you can check all those out on the Twitter and the Facebook page. We have up the list of movies and TV shows coming to Netflix in March. We have a new trailer for Growing Up and Other Lies, starring Adam Brody. New movie he's got coming out. We got the second official trailer for The Gunman, starring Sean Penn and Javier Bardem. We got the trailer for My Life, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. It's a documentary. You can check that out. We have the trailer for Like Sunday, Like Rain, starring Leighton Meester and Deborah Messing. In our Everything Wrong With category, we have Everything Wrong With After Earth in 13 minutes or less. We have the full list breakdown of who will be starring and popping up in the new Starz comedy series Blunt Talk, starring Patrick Stewart, executive produced by Seth MacFarlane. So you can check that out if you're interested on who's all coming along for the ride. Arnold Schwarzenegger has signed on for the Terminator Genesis sequel, so yes, I'll be back again for Terminator Genesis 2. We don't know what the second movie's called, but he has been locked in for the second film, which is always awesome. Paula Patton is going to be starring in a new ABC pilot called Runner. Adam Devine has joined Zac Efron, and Mike and Dave need wedding dates. Chris Hemsworth is going to be hosting Saturday Night Live on March 7th. That's going to be awesome. Congratulations, Rob Schrab. He has just been announced to direct the Lego Movie sequel, and that's actually going to be the title of the film. The movie will be called the Lego Movie sequel, and it will be directed by Rob Schrab, who... That name's not super popular. He's directed some of Community. He's directed some of Children's Hospital. But from everything I'm hearing, this guy has the hookup in Hollywood. He knows all the comedic actors, and they think it's going to really help the sequel kind of bring in some great talent. So I'm excited about it. His name comes with a lot of fanfare, so even though I don't know much about his background, I'm excited just based on the hype of other people. So very cool to lock in a director and a name for the Lego Movie sequel. Jessica Chastain has joined Snow White and the Huntsman spin-off film that they're doing, just called The Huntsman. So that is pretty cool. Emily Blunt, who we talked about, was in final negotiations. She's also locked that in as well. So Emily Blunt, Jessica Chastain, Charlize Theron's coming back, and of course Chris Hemsworth reprising his role as the Huntsman. Ben Hardy, that name doesn't sound very familiar to many people. He's a British actor, but he has just joined X-Men Apocalypse in a significant comic book role, although we don't know what it is. Bryan Singer usually is pretty good to say, hey, we just got so-and-so, and they're going to be playing so-and-so. But with Ben Hardy, they're announcing it, but they're being very tight-lipped on who he might be. My guess, if I had to pick one, is that he's going to be Angel, For the people that know the Apocalypse storyline, Angel becomes Archangel and becomes one of the, kind of villains of the film. And based on how this guy looks, I can see him being Angel and then becoming Archangel. So that's my guess. But if you know more about Ben Hardy, just know he's coming to X-Men Apocalypse in a pretty meaty role. We also have the list of the TV shows and movies that are leaving Netflix next month. Kyle Chandler has joined Casey Affleck in Manchester by the Sea. Maggie Grace is going to be top-lining CBS's new medical drama Code Black. We have the list of the Dancing with the Stars Season 20 cast. Most of them, you won't know who half this cast is. It's a stretch now to continue to call this Dancing with the Stars. They should just start calling this like Dancing with the D-list celebrities at this point. But you can check out the full list on our Twitter and Facebook page. We have the International Avengers poster as well, which basically all it did differently was Captain America is kind of at the forefront of our domestic poster. They pushed him back a little bit and they made Tony Stark the front and center of the poster. And instead of all the flying Ultron robots coming down from the sky, they cleared those all up and there's no bad guys on this poster. It's just the Avengers team. So pretty much same concept. It's just that's what they changed. Richard Linklater, who's the director of the film Boyhood, says that he's open-minded now to doing a Boyhood sequel. He says he has some ideas, and I wouldn't be shocked if we see Boyhood or Manhood coming out here within the next 10 years. So he's going to keep filming this dude from his 20s to his 30s. No guarantee on that yet, but it looks like he is open to doing a Boyhood sequel. Henry Cavill, Superman himself, is going to be starring in Simon West, his new thriller, Stratton. Don't know much else other than that, but congratulations to Henry Cavill. Revivals of Danger Mouse and Inspector Gadget are coming to Netflix. Also, another revival coming is a rebooted version of DuckTales. Woohoo! So yeah, DuckTales is being rebooted as well. We have the first official trailer. I don't usually post trailers to video games too often, but this is for Arkham Knight, the new Batman video game that is highly anticipated. I can't wait to play this thing on the PS4. It's going to be awesome. The first official trailer has dropped for Batman Arkham Knight, and you can check it out on our Twitter page. Will Ferrell is set to star in The House, which is going to be a new original comedy from the writers of Neighbors. So that's pretty cool. I loved Neighbors, and now they're going to be getting a sequel to that film as well. So it makes me very happy to see that they're going to be doing a sequel, or a sequel to Neighbors, but that those writers have come up with something else, especially for Will Ferrell to do, of all people, because I love Will Ferrell, man. Some people are pretty played out on him. I just don't. I just can't get played out on this guy. He is just so funny to me, and I pretty much enjoy any project that Will Ferrell gets his hands on, so I'm all about it. And last piece of news here is that the Tomb Raider reboot is coming along. Warner Brothers Pictures has just picked up the rights to it, and they just hired some writers to pen the script. So it is coming. Warner Brothers Pictures is backing it. Tomb Raider reboot is on the way. So that, my friends, is your news of the week. And let's jump on over to our box office and our release dates, and we'll wrap this baby up for the week, all right? Nice, smooth pace right there, at a casual pace. So, as my computer lags, as I try to get to what I need, I kill time. Time. This is where I would drop an advertisement if I did advertisements, but I choose not to for my listening audience to not have to sit through. So just know that I forfeit money on this show to not make you sit through a commercial. So on DVD and Blu-ray this week is Horrible Bosses 2 and Whiplash. So yeah, Whiplash, which just got a lot of Oscar love, and of course J.K. Simmons winning for Best Supporting Actor, is on DVD and Blu-ray. So I need to pick up Horrible Bosses 2. I loved it, and it's an extended, unrated cut that's on Blu-ray. Can't wait to see that. In theaters this weekend is going to be Focus, which is the new Will Smith, Margot Robbie film, and The Lazarus Effect, which is the new horror movie starring Olivia Wilde. I want to see both of these. I don't know which one I will see. I know my movie partner in crime, Geeky Pat, is kind of bitching out on me on both of these films. He's like, I don't know if I want to see either one. So he's leaving me alone, so I got to, try to work it out with my brother-in-law, and we'll see which one we can agree on. Probably end up seeing Focus, but we'll see. After this weekend. Here's the box office top 10. Coming in number 10 is Paddington with $2.3 million. Number 9 is The Imitation Game with $2.5 million. Number 8 is Jupiter Ascending with $3.6 million. Number 7 in its debut, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 with only $5.8 million. So sad about that. Number 6 is American Sniper with $9.6 million. Number 5 is The Duff, making its debut with $11 million. Number 4 is another debut, McFarlane USA, bringing in $11.3 million. Number 3 is the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, with $15.5 million. Number 2 is Kingsman, The Secret Service, making another $17.5 million. Glad to see that hanging in, doing good, because it's so awesome. And number 1, once again, even despite its 73% fall, 50 Shades of Grey is still your number 1 film, bringing in $23.2 million. That is insane. That's your box office, ladies and gentlemen, and that's your news of the week wrapped up here, nice and tight for you in an under 45-minute package. I am making, the show's usually about an hour, and we're only at the 40-minute mark right now. Should I just wing it for another 20 and wrap it up? I'm just playing. I will start wrapping it up. What I do want to shout out is a new project. I talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I didn't say anything last week because we're still trying to figure out kind of the details on it. But there is a new project coming out here on Red Dragons Radio. That will be myself, Geeky Pat, and Peeps at For My Peoples. The three of us are going to be doing a new sideshow. It'll be a new show that will happen once a month, usually at the end of a month, and we'll basically just be shooting the shit, so to speak. We'll be talking about pretty much the month in review, maybe news headlines that kind of caught our fancy, casting stuff, movie reviews where we can all talk together. Different things that just come up. It could be in any realm. It's not just entertainment related. It could be a music thing. It could be a video game thing, comic books. It's going to be just a mixed bag of talk. Look at it as the view of Red Dragons Radio with your heavy hitters here. So we're still panning out what we want to name the show. That, first and foremost, is the biggest problem that we're running into is what the hell do we even call it? But I'm excited. We've been doing Am I on the Air here by myself for a very long time now, about a year now. Since if you guys have been listening to the show for a long time, I used to do a show with my buddy Nick. Nick dropped out about a year ago, and I've been doing it by myself. And I don't mind doing the show by myself, but it's always fun to do like the Am I Still on the Airs, and when I go on like the People's Forum or This Week with the Geek, and I get to talk with the guys, it brings a different element to it, obviously with the more interactions that you have. So I'm very excited to do kind of a new venture, a new joint project with these other guys, and kind of all be co-hosts together as we just kind of shoot the shit for an hour or so about whatever the hell we want to. Whatever comes up, comes up. It's going to be no holds barred. It'll be spoiler stuff for movies, which I think is kind of cool since, we all kind of stay spoiler free on our individual shows. Why not go a little bit spoilerific on, our new talk show? So, that we'll probably have the first episode of that up within the next week or so, because February is almost over. So we got to get something together. So we're going to get a name together, and we're going to get an episode up. So be on the lookout for that. It will be available exclusively on reddragonsradio.com, and I'm very excited. So I just want to kind of shout that out. All right, so speaking of Red Dragons Radio, you can, of course, find Am I on the Air there, and you can listen to other great shows like This Week with the Geek and Out of the Riffs and the People's Forum, Pro Wrestling Nation, Brothers of Destruction podcast, and a couple more. So it's a growing community of podcasts. We might even be adding another one on top of it here soon, so love it. If you have a podcast and you're interested in joining the Red Dragons family, just why don't you tweet it? You can tweet Red Dragons Radio, send a private message, DM, whatever you want, or just tweet directly and say, hey, I got this podcast, check it out. Can we be on Red Dragons Radio? We're always looking to add great talent and bring more people to that side. So once again, follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio, and you can even like on Facebook at facebook.com/Red Dragons Radio. For this show, you can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. You can follow the show at Am I On The Air. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Am I On The Air. We are available on iTunes, so you can download, rate, and subscribe right there on the iTunes page. If you want to listen on the go, I recommend the Stitcher app. Stitcher is a great partner of us that always has our new episodes up with the quickness, and you can listen and stream right on your phone. All I ask is if you listen on Stitcher, in the very bottom, there's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Please give us a thumbs up. It really helps kind of spread the word that people are liking the show. So Stitcher is a great app for that. If you use the app TuneIn, we are available on TuneIn as well. AmIOnTheAir.com is our official webpage. I highly recommend you bookmark that because even you should listen to the show there, but even if you don't, it's a great place where you can look at my movie reviews, you can watch trailers, you can see the box office and release dates. So if you're a movie fan and you want to just kind of, you're heading to the movies and you're like, man, what did Don give Kingsman? You can look it up right there on the page, click on movie reviews and be like, oh man, he gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let's go check it out, babe. Okay, sounds good. So it's a great website to kind of bookmark and check out. It's amiontheair.com. I think that's it. I think I've blew my load all over the place as it comes to cross promotion here. So thank you everybody once again for tuning in to this nice abbreviated 45-minute episode of Am I on the Air on this Wednesday, which so far is looking to be maybe the new night of a new Am I on the Airs. So, like I said, it's all based around that work schedule. So, thanks for being flexible with me, and it's been great. We'll catch you next time on a brand new episode of Am I on the Air. Peace! Red Dragon!